Hello everyone, this is Pigmoney chasing big money on different exchanges. In this video, I will compare 3 exchanges that I use on a regular basis. Generally speaking, the exchanges that survived last year after FTX collapsed can be considered alright, but those which came out even stronger from this crisis are the ones which I consider worthy of my trust. These are Bitget, Bitpanda, and Binance. All of them are located on a different continent. This idea would fit my goal to be geographically diversified when it comes to centralized exchanges. Bitget is based in Asia, Bitpanda is in Europe, Binance is, well, pretty much everywhere. All of them have different strengths and weaknesses, and I will show you what I use them for. Mind you, this is not a which one is the best exchange type of comparison, rather I would show you how I am capitalizing from the best features of each, the things that I dislike, and what I expect from them in the future. As most of the content that I have on the channel is somehow connected to Bitget, it probably comes as no surprise that I use it quite often. Bitget has been super resilient during last year's exchange crisis, and they kept on developing and striking the iron while it was super hot, even in the most challenging bear markets. For quite some time, it seemed like Bitget was just trying to copy everything that Binance has been doing, introducing the same products, applying the same methods, the same new features, and so on. However, something changed after the crisis. They have become innovative. Some new products were unique and exciting. Bitget has earned my trust over time through all the hard work they have invested into their products. If you watched my videos on the channel, you probably already know that copy trading is my favorite product on Bitget. The fact that I can use it as a source of passive income just makes it an amazing exchange for me. Even though it requires some learning and a lot of research to master the usage of the copy trading platform, once I got the hang of it, it really made me an amount which I am quite happy about. Of course, it's not the only product I use. I also have some savings and some stakings. They are quite nice as they generate steady yield until the prices of the assets go back up again. The other fantastic feature on Bitget is the option to transfer fiat money by bank transfer. This way the on-ramping is actually totally free of charge and it is instantaneous during banking hours. Their MegaSwap product, where they cross-linked centralized and decentralized exchanges, was just mind-blowing for me. Even though I don't really use it as I already got used to other DEX platforms, I still consider this a fantastic product, and it just shows that Bitget can have rather original ideas and they can actually make them happen. The only thing I don't really like about Bitget is that they tend to unlist some assets without properly notifying the asset holders before. Sometimes I do play shitcoin bingo, which is basically allocating some funds into different low-cap assets, then I register a ridiculously high take-profit order and see if it ever gets caught up in a pump. This is mostly for fun on my part and I never take it seriously, so if the pump never comes, I don't really mind. However, these low-cap coins get unlisted from Bitget every now and then, and I only realize that when I try to sell my bingo coins. I would appreciate it if a dedicated email was sent by Bitget telling me that one of my holdings will be removed from the exchange, so I should sell it or transfer it to another exchange before it gets logged in for eternity without the possibility to move it or sell it. Obviously, I never put any serious money into my shitcoin bingo activity, so I never lost a lot because of the unlistings, but I think I'm not asking for too much when I say I should be notified before they take coin off the exchange. For the future, I think if Bitget keeps itself on the road of innovation, they will become a dominant global player in the coming years. Even though their short-term focus seems to be on Asia, I'm pretty sure that their products will eventually attract users from all around the world and they will become really big. If there is a de facto European centralized exchange, it is Bitpanda for sure. I've been using it almost for 7 years and I have never had any problems with it. It has been going through a lot of development in the last few years, so let's see what it's all about. I use Bitpanda first and foremost because of its rock-solid safety and security. To give you a shocking fact, there is no excessive leverage trading going on. The latest update actually lets you trade some few coins on 2x leverage, but that's it. There is no chance to go crazy with 2-digit multipliers and get liquidated in a blink of an eye. So Bitpanda for me is really about buying and keeping some crypto in a spot bag or allocating my holdings to staking. Some of the staking contracts are much better than any other out there. Just to give you a comparative example, I am an audio token holder, and out of all the exchanges, Bitpanda gives me the best returns on my staking commitments. The other feature of the exchange is that it doesn't only offer crypto trading services, but you also get access to trading stocks, commodities, ETFs, and precious metals. The extra factor here is that you can trade outside of official trading hours. In case of stocks, the only caveat is that it is based on CFD or contract for difference. Therefore, you don't actually own the stock itself. Instead, you trade a tokenized version of it. This means that you don't receive any shareholder dividends. As such, it is more for trading stocks instead of holding them for a long time. On the flip side, there are countless shares to select from all around the world, even from smaller national stock exchanges. I can trade, for example, Nintendo stocks from Tokyo, Nokia from Helsinki, or Ubisoft from Paris, and of course all the major stocks from the US. Anyway, you get the idea. There is hardly any stock that could not be found in a derivative version, and you can trade them 24/7. Of course, they also have some very interesting ETFs, which is like a group of assets bundled together by theme. Just to show you some examples, we have like an ETF for aging population, or biotech, or clean energy. Anyway, you get the idea. There are commodities too, like oil, coffee, copper or sugar, and of course precious metals. Another feature Bitpanda has introduced recently is Spotlight. What happens here is that a highly skilled team does a lot of research on new assets, and when they see potential in one of them, they include it in the Spotlight program, kind of call your attention that a pretty good token is coming your way soon. It's not a launchpad or a launch pool, but a notice for listing. Of course, the more you hold of Bitpanda's native token, which is the Bitpanda ecosystem token or BEST, the bigger share of the giveaway will be yours from the Spotlight assets. Quite interesting to see that the selection has been pretty good so far. I mean, exchange listings don't really go always the way in terms of price action. If you take the case of Binance, for example, usually as soon as they list a new token, the price crashes soon after, as early investors try to cash out as soon as they can. Bitpanda, on the other hand, takes its time to vet the asset and the team behind it, and they only list it when everything checks out. The thing that I don't like about Bitpanda is their pricing. While on-ramping is quite good, I mean, you can use SEPA for totally cost-free bank transfers during active banking hours, and bank card transactions are only charged at 1.5%. When it comes to simple trading, the spreads can be wide. To twist the knife a little more, crypto transfers are also limited in terms of available networks. I mean, to restrict USDT transfers to ERC20 in times when gas fees are through the roof is just not fair to users, in my opinion. I understand that using BNB Smart Chain is not in their best interest, but if other exchanges could swallow their pride and use the chain of a competitor, I really don't see why Bitpanda would not do it. So for me, Bitpanda is mostly used for safe crypto trading and diversification. All things considered, I like the platform, I like the team, and I like the products that they come up with, even if it comes at a higher price. I see the exchange developing in a slow and steady manner. I don't see robust shooting star type of growth, but that could be their advantage too. If they position themselves as a safe exchange in Europe, that might grant them some regulatory protection, and that would be great when everything is so uncertain about regulation in the world these days. And finally, I also use Binance, the one and only. There is not much to say here. Binance is the OG, where I learned leverage trading, lost and earned money doing so. I am sure everyone knows Binance very well, so I will not go too deep into details. I used to use it for fiat on-ramping while they had the contract with Silvergate Bank, but that being gone now, it's a bit different. I still do some manual trading every now and then, but ever since they have been in the crosshairs of regulators in the US, I have been scaling out of the exchange more and more. Especially since Bitget and Bitpanda basically cover all the areas of crypto that I deal with, the only product that I still use from Binance is their Visa card. It is very convenient to use, and there is a decent cashback option too with every transaction. In fact, the usage is so easy that I can see myself using nothing else but my Binance Visa card for everyday purchases. Obviously, I like the innovation that Binance is doing all the time. I am a huge fan of CZ. I think his groundbreaking contribution to the world of crypto is undisputable. Still, as Binance is facing regulatory scrutiny from many places, I have no other option but to take a few steps back and get back in once the dust settles around them. Alright guys, this was my short summary about the exchanges that I use. In another video, I will compare their native tokens as all of them offer something unique, and I will also share my views on exchange tokens in general. I have included links in the description field if you feel like registering to any of these exchanges. This will grant you some discounts. Let me know in the comment section if there's any specific topic that you're interested in and would like me to analyze. New videos coming at the end of the month. Until then, trade safe, big money out.